And now we're going to look at the third way that you create pain in your life, and that is you choose pain. The first slide is your inner choice has effects. Choice is at the top of the diagram, and that really just symbolizes that choice is deep inside. And your inner choice has results in that you have thoughts and feelings and actions. And you can see the thoughts, feelings and actions are all in a circle at the bottom, symbolizing they're on another level. And of course, we're looking here at our inner painful choice will result in painful thoughts, painful feelings, and actions that are based on fear, that are based on lack. You choose your thoughts. So our choice for pain results, following the arrow on the diagram, to painful thoughts. And you can divide those painful thoughts into thoughts you have about other people and painful thoughts you have about yourself. An important thing in this slide is the idea that you choose pain inside, and that results in painful thoughts. But of course, you may not be aware that you're making a painful choice inside. You may just be aware of the painful thoughts that come into your mind, the judgments you have about others, the criticism you have about yourself. And the whole idea of this third way is to leave a door open to remember or have an experience that there was an inner choice that happened before you had those painful thoughts come into your brain. That before those judgments about others or yourself, there's a prior choice for pain that you're not aware of mostly. So just let that idea sit with you, that there's something that's going on the inner level of choice that you're not aware of. So one of the best ways of getting in connection with that inner choice you're not aware of is to look at some examples. And again, we return to examples we've used before. So the outer pain is feeling uncomfortable around my partner when they've been drinking, or when they're playing computer games, when they're on their telephone. So the outer pain in this situation is a feeling. You're feeling uncomfortable. So what was the inner choice that you're not aware of that gave rise to feeling uncomfortable around your partner? And that inner choice could be that you chose to disconnect from your true self. Your true self includes everyone. And so when you separate from yourself, you experience others as different from you, and their actions seem to cause you pain. I could see that perhaps if I make an inner choice to disconnect to who I truly am, then I'm going to feel uncomfortable around my partner when they're drinking. And if there's something happening inside, if there's a choice inside to ignore who we truly are, to disconnect from love, then of course we find ourselves feeling disconnected to the people around us. So let's look at another example. So the outer pain in this situation, the pain you're aware of, is I feel hurt and betrayed over the last will of my father, which was done by my sister and brother behind my back. And the inner choice that could be going on when you have that experience is that I believe I've betrayed love. When you hide your choice to betray love behind your own back, you experience that others betray you. It's easy to imagine that if I've made the inner choice to betray love or my true self, that in a situation where I found out that my sister and brother had been changing my father's will without my knowledge, that I might feel hurt and betrayed. But that also brings up the possibility that if I've made an inner choice to connect with love, then I wouldn't feel hurt and betrayed when I discovered that my sister or brother had helped my father to change his will. I'd feel other feelings out of other thoughts. And we'll look at what those other thoughts and feelings could be in the next section, which will be about choosing love. But for the moment, we're focusing on becoming aware of something happening prior, something happening before we have an experience of outer pain that we're not aware of on the level of choice. So now let's move on to the third example. And the outer pain in this situation again comes from one of the examples we've looked at before. That example is, I'm discontented because of my job. And that might reflect an inner choice to leave your true home and sense of security. When you don't have an inner sense of belonging, you seek for satisfaction where it can't be found. So imagine for a moment having made that inner choice to leave your true home, to not be aware of where your true sense of security comes from. Then you're going to try and seek for satisfaction in the outer world until you realize it can't be found in a job, in a relationship. Only truly feeling at home and feeling secure can happen whenever you change your inner choice. But in this stage of the training, we're just trying to identify a painful inner choice that could result in painful experiences in the world. So I hope it's been useful in helping you make that connection between the inner and the outer.